Now, without any further delay, let's get into the business. Okay. So last time we learned about mass, and we learned the basic calculation, basic conversion related to mass. Now today we are going to learn about distance, and we're going to learn about time. Okay. I'm going to share a screen, so you all will focus on the screen. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's go. All right. So this is our second class related. This is our second tutorial. I suppose this is our second slide. All right. So it is related. Oh, you know what? It is of grade 6 and 7. I prepared the same slide. Okay. Okay. Actually, it is of grade 6 and 7. Okay, you have same slide. Anyway, so last time we learned about the mass. Now today, let's learn about the length. So what is length? All right. So before that, let me tell you what is length. All right. So what is length? You might wonder what is length. So actually, let me give you one example. Okay, let's say you are standing. Okay, you are on. You can say you are on Balkot Chowk. You are standing on Balkot Chowk right now. Suppose that you are standing in Balkot Chowk and you want to go to Mount View School. So you want to go to Mount View School. All right. So let's say this is Balkot Chowk. All right, and this is Mount View, our school. All right. So the distance. Okay, if I join here. Okay, let me. So if I join. Okay, let's say this is. All right. Now this one point. This point is Balkot Chowk. All right. You can see the line here. All right. Now this point is Balkot Chowk and this point is Mount View School. And when these points have joined, can you see the straight line here? This straight line is called length. Okay. So basically, what is length? The distance between two points. The distance between 2 points is called length. Okay. The distance between 2 points is called length. So let me come to the video screen again. So the distance between 2 points. All right, the distance between 2 points is known as length. You can see on the screen there, as I've written there, the distance between 2 points is called length. Let's say, do not write on the screen. Okay, please, I warn you, do not write on the screen there. I can see someone writing on the screen. Please do not do that. Okay. Anyway, let's say you are standing in Balkot Chowk and you want to go to Mount View School. All right, so the distance between Balkot Chowk and the Mount View School, this distance is known as length. Okay. All right, now let me give you one more example again. Two. All right, two of your leg. That is, you take that two of your leg as one point, and head is taken as another point. And when you measure, so while you measure your height, you measure height from the toe, isn't it? So the distance between two and your head, that distance is commonly known as length. That distance is commonly known as length. That's why the distance between any 2 points, the distance between any 2 points is known as length. So I hope you are clear. The distance between any 2 points is known as length, and the SI unit or the unit of length is meter. Okay, and it is noted by a small letter m. So all right, so the length is measured in meter: 1 meter, 2 meter, 3 meter, 4 meter. All right. So what is your height? My height is 1.5 meter. That is length. Okay. And what is the length of your what is the length of your book? Okay, what is the length of your book? If you want to measure the length of a book, then you can take, let me go to the screen now. How to stop sharing. All right, so the distance between 2 points is known as length. All right, so usually length is measured, so I hope you can see here. Okay, length is measured in meter. All right, so length is measured in meter. So as you can see on the screen there, and usually we use how do we measure length? Then we use scale. You might have seen scale or ruler, you can say scale or measuring tape. Scale or measuring tape to measure length. Okay, by the help of measuring tape or scale, we can measure length. Let me show the picture of measuring tape. Okay, this is measuring tape. This is measuring tape. This is called measuring tape. All right, so you can see the picture there. Okay, you can see the picture there. This is called measuring tape. Okay, we can see there measuring tape is this is measuring tape. Okay, this is measuring tape, this one is also measuring tape, this is measuring tape, measuring tape, measuring tape. All right. Okay, by using this device we can measure length. So length can be measured by using measuring tape, or you might use ruler. Okay, you might use scale, ruler to measure length. So you can see there length is measured by the help of ruler or scale. Okay, so again I would like to repeat once again, the distance between, do not write on the screen. Okay, the distance between, you can see there, the distance between 2 points is called length, and the SI unit of length is meter. All right, and again I've been telling you, do not write on the screen. Okay, okay, the distance between 2 points is called length, and we use length, sorry, we use measuring tape or scale to measure length. All right. Okay, now, so let's say, okay, let me give you the example. This is a copy. All right. Okay, so if you want to measure the length of this copy, then let's say this is 1 point. You can take, this is a point, this is 1 point. Can you see clearly here? Can you see clearly? Okay, let's take this corner of this copy as 1 point, and let us take the corner of this copy as another point. And when these two corners are joined, all right, when these two corners are joined, for example, let us take this corner as 1 point, and this corner is another point. And when these 2 points are joined, this distance is known as length. All right. So the distance between any 2 points, the distance between any 2 points is called length. All right. And usually the length is measured in meter. Okay. Let me try to share the screen once again. Okay. So distance between 2 points is called length, and the SI unit of length is, as I told you earlier, the SI unit of length is meter, and we use scale. All right, so we use scale or ruler or measuring tape to measure length. Okay, so this is called length. So as I give you one example earlier, you are standing, you are standing in Balkot Chowk and you want to go to Mount View School. So Balkot Chowk is taken as 1 point. Let us take Balkot Chowk as 1 point, and let us take our school, Mount View School, as second point. And when you join these 2 points, then this gap, this interval, okay, this interval is called length. So the SI unit, SI stands for System International. The SI unit of length is meter. All right, and we use measuring tape. We use measuring tape or scale to measure length. Okay, now let me share the slide. Okay, now you can see here. Okay, so precautions while measuring length. So what are the points to be taken while measuring length? Okay, so if you want to measure length, then what points you should take in action? All right, so you can see there precautions while measuring length. While you measure length, you'll have to be very conscious. Okay, you'll have to use the measuring devices in proper manner. Otherwise, if you don't use the measuring devices in proper manner, then you might not see, or you might not be able to measure the length correctly. All right, so the point number 1 says the eye should be vertically above the end of the scale where the reading has to be taken. Let's say you want to measure the length of something, you want to measure the length of your book, or you want to measure the length of your copy. Then in that case, you'll have to do what things to be done. You'll have to do this one. Okay, let me do one example. You want to measure the length. All right, so let me share you one picture. See the picture here. Okay, so let's say this is the part of scale. You can see there, it is the yellow is the scale. Okay, this is the part of scale. And so if you want to measure the length, then you'll have to see from this side. Okay, upper side. Okay, correct. All right, this is the correct position, and this one is wrong position, and this one is also wrong position. So let's say the actual length of something is 8.3 centimeter. If you measure from here, then it appears like 8.2 centimeter, and if you measure from here, then it appears like 8.5 centimeter, which is wrong. The actual length is 8.3 centimeters. So if you want to measure length, then you'll have to use a scale, and you'll have to view from this upper side. Okay, you'll have to see view from this side. All right, if you view from this side, then you might get the accurate measurement. Otherwise, if you see from this side or this side, then it is incorrect. So this effect is called parallax error. Okay, so if you see from here, you might not get accurate length, and if you see from here, you might not get accurate length. But if you see from here, then you will get accurate length. All right, so in this way, you'll have to use a scale. So this is precaution number 1. So while measuring length, you'll have to follow this pattern. All right, now let us go to second case. Okay, now the scale should not be worn out or broken. So while measuring length, the if you are using the scale while measuring length, then in that case the scale you are using should be what? Should not be broken or should not be worn out. The letters or you can say the letters or calibration there should not be worn out. Okay, the scale should be clear, the scale should be clean, the scale should not be twisted, the scale should not be broken. So if you use broken scale or the twisted scale or worn out scale, then you might not get proper measurement. The scale should be kept exactly along the length to be measured. So while you are measuring the length, then you'll have to use the scale in this way, as I already showed you one picture. The sleeping position, the scale should be used in the sleeping position, okay, along the length side. Okay, this is called length, so you'll have to use the scale in this way. Okay, sleeping, not vertically. So do not use the scale vertically. Okay, use the scale in the sleeping position. All right, and then only you will be able to get proper length. So these are the points to be taken in mind while measuring length. Okay, so see there, what are the points? Number 1, the eye should be vertically above the end of the scale where the reading has to be taken. And the second one, the scale should not be worn out or broken. You do not use broken scale, or do not use broken measuring tape. Okay, so do not use broken measuring rod, and the numbers in the scale should not be erased. That's why do not use worn out scale. And last but not the least, you should use the scale should be kept exactly along the length to be measured. So if you want to measure length, then you have to use length in this sleeping position. All right, okay, and then only you can get proper length. So mass we learned last time. All right, now today we are going to learn about the basic calculation related to length. Okay, now conversion related to length. How do you convert length? You can see the table there. Let me share you one table once again. So 1 meter, 1 kilometer, km stands for kilometer. 1 kilometer equals to 1000 meter. You'll have to memorize this value. Okay, similarly 1 meter equals to 100 centimeter. Similarly 1 centimeter equals to, you can write this value, 10 millimeter. So by using this table, we can have conversion related to length. Okay, let me give you one example. Example number 1, convert 10 kilometer to meter. So how do you convert 10 kilometer to meter? What are the things to be done to convert kilometer to meter? So while you are converting kilometer to meter, you will have to multiply by 1000. Okay, so you can see there, let's say for example 10 kilometer equals to 10 multiplied by 1000. Okay, that becomes what? That becomes equals to 10,000 meter. So if you are, why do you have to multiply by 1000? Because you can see the value there, because 1 kilometer equals to, let me underline that here, let me see, you can see there, 1 kilometer equals to 1000 meter. And if you are converting meter into centimeter, then multiply by 100. All right, similarly if you are converting centimeter to millimeter, then again multiply by 10. So if you are converting, keep it in your mind that, let me write one note. Okay, while converting bigger to smaller units, while you are converting bigger units to smaller units, you'll have to multiply by value. All right, so you can see the note there. While you are converting bigger units to smaller units, you'll have to multiply by corresponding value. Okay, so if you are converting bigger unit to smaller unit, you'll have to multiply. For example, if you see kilometer is bigger than meter, so in case you'll have to multiply. In this case, you'll have to multiply. All right, kilometer is bigger than meter, so you'll have to multiply. Multiply by what? Multiply by 1000. Why 1000? Because you can see there, because you can see the value there, 1 kilometer equals to 100 meter. In the same way, 1 meter equals to 100 centimeters. So if you are converting meter into centimeter, again you'll have to multiply by 100. Okay, so let me give you one more example there. Convert 10 meter to centimeter. So this is the question. How do you convert meter to centimeter? We know that 1 meter equals to what? 100 centimeter. So since meter is bigger than centimeter, isn't it? Meter is bigger than centimeter. So while you are converting meter to centimeter, you'll have to multiply. Multiply by what? 100, because we know that 1 meter equals to 100 centimeter. So multiply by 100, that becomes centimeter. Okay, so that is centimeter. Again, so how do you convert, let's say 10 centimeter to millimeter? Again, we know that 1 centimeter equals to 10 millimeter, isn't it? 1 centimeter equals to 10 millimeter. So while we are converting centimeter to millimeter, this centimeter to millimeter, centimeter is big and millimeter is small. So in that case, what do? We'll have to multiply. Multiply by what? Multiply by 10. We can see the value there, isn't it? So 1 cm equals to 1 into 10 millimeter. So if you use it, then it becomes what? 10 millimeter. So this is how we can have basic calculation related to distance or length. So class, I hope you learned how to convert units related to distance. All right, so are you clear, everyone? Did you see what was written on the screen? Did you see it clearly, Unnati? Did you see what was written on the screen?
Yes, sir.
Josna, Sagun, are you clear?
Sir. Yes,
Okay,
sir.
that's great. So listen to me. I just give you some values there. You'll have to memorize that value. Okay, 1 kilometer equals to 1000 meter. All right, and 1 meter equals to 100 centimeter. 1 centimeter equals to 10 millimeter. And if you are converting bigger unit to smaller unit, what do you have to do? What do you have to do if you are converting bigger unit to smaller unit? What do you have to do? Yes, Sagun, try. What do you have to do?
Multiply.
That's great. Multiply by which number?
Multiply by 1.
No,
1000.
No, 1000. If you are converting meter to kilometer, sorry, kilometer to meter, multiply by 1000, and meter
Yeah.
to centimeter, multiply by 100, and centimeter to millimeter, multiply by 10. Okay, so this is what we learned today. And you please, you'll have to do your work. I've given work there. I have given some work. Okay, in that assignment column, you'll have to do it. And before next class, you'll have to compulsorily submit the assignment. And I have posted there one video, right? Video, and you'll have to see that video as well. And you'll have to, and I have posted their slide in the Google Classroom. You'll have to see the slide as well. Okay, so any confusion there? No. So we are almost we have just 1 minute time. So in that time, do you have any confusion? You can ask me. Okay, Abu sir, any confusion there? Seriously? Okay, Abu sir, please, did you understand?
Yes, sir.
Seriously? Okay, how do you convert kilometer to meter? What do you do?
Sir, we should convert a kilometer meter to kilometer. We should divide. We should divide the from 1000. I mean
Okay,
multiply.
that's great. Okay, how do you convert kilometer to meter?
We from sir by multiplying that 1,000 to that. What do you give that question like two?
Okay, yes, okay, yeah. That's wonderful. That's great. So what do you have to do if you have to convert meter to centimeter?
Hi kids! Today we will learn conversion of days to hours, conversion of hours to minutes, conversion of minutes to seconds. So let's get started. Days to hours. Kids, there are 24 hours in a day. So to convert days to hours, we need to multiply days with 24. Let's see some examples. 1 day equals 24 hours. So 2 days will be equals 24 plus 24, or 24 multiplied by 2 equals 48 hours. Now let's calculate the number of hours in 3 days. 3 days equals 24 plus 24 plus 24 equals 24 multiplied by 3 equals 72 hours. So kids, you can convert days to hours by multiplying the number of days with 24. Now let's learn how we can convert hours into minutes. Kids, there are 60 minutes in an hour. So to convert hours into minutes, we need to multiply hours with 60. Let's see some examples. 1 hour equals 60 minutes. So 2 hours will be multiplied with 60. 2 hours equals 2 multiplied by 60 equals 120 minutes. Now, let's convert 3 hours into minutes. 1 hour equals 60 minutes. So, 3 hours equals 3 multiplied by 60, that is 180 minutes. So kids, for converting hours to minutes, you multiply the hours with 60. Now let's see more examples. 4 hours equals 4 multiplied by 60 equals 240 minutes. 5 hours equals 5 multiplied by 60 equals 300 minutes. Now let's learn converting minutes to seconds. There are 60 seconds in a minute. So to convert minutes to seconds, we need to multiply minutes with 60. Let's see. 1 minute equals 60 seconds. 2 minutes equals 60 plus 60, or 60 multiplied by 2 equals 120 seconds. 3 minutes equals 60 plus 60 plus 60, or 60 multiplied by 3 equals 180 seconds. Now, let's solve a few questions based on what we learned. It rained continuously for 2 days. Then how many hours did it rain? 1 day equals 24 hours. 2 days equals 2 multiplied by 24 equals 48 hours. So it rained continuously for 48 hours. Now, let's solve next question. Ben wrote continuously for 2 hours. Then how many minutes did he wrote continuously? 1 hour equals 60 minutes. So 2 hours equals 60 multiplied by 2 equals 120 minutes. So Ben wrote continuously for 120 minutes. Now let's solve another question. Convert 3 hours to seconds. Now, we have to convert hours to seconds. Let's first convert hours to minutes, and then minutes to seconds. 1 hour equals 60 minutes. So, 3 hours equals 60 multiplied by 3 equals 180 minutes. We have converted hours to minutes. Now let's convert minutes to seconds. 1 minute equals 60 seconds. So 180 minutes equals 180 multiplied by 60 seconds. So it is 10,800 seconds. Now let's solve another question. John spends 2 hours daily for his guitar practice. If he practiced guitar for a week, then how many hours did he practice guitar? John practiced 2 hours each day. Number of days John practiced guitar is 7 days, as 1 week has 7 days. Number of hours he practiced in 1 day are 2 hours. So, number of hours he practiced in 7 days will be 7 multiplied by 2. That is 14 hours. So he practiced guitar for 14 hours in total. So kids, today we learned that 1 day equals 24 hours. 1 hour equals 60 minutes. 1 minute equals 60 seconds. And to convert days to hours, we multiply days with 24. To convert hours to minutes, we multiply hours with 60. To convert minutes to seconds, we multiply minutes with 60. Okay, kids, now you may go ahead and take a quiz to learn more. Bye-bye.